Hey guys, so we are preparing for the World Harvest Gala on November
16th,
16th.
Thursday night, 6 p.m.
So Randy, you've been involved with World Harvest for a couple of times now.
That's right.
Yeah,
Years.
So what's your experience like? Why would you? What's your level of involvement with World Harvest, and why you sponsor? Why you part of the donor?
Yeah. Well, I sponsor a child in Indonesia, and I sponsor a child in Africa, and also a college student in Africa, all through World Harvest. I think the money that we have here can go so much further if used in those countries. And I've been there. I've visited these children, all of them, in their various communities. I've met their families, and I've seen how the money that's being donated through World Harvest is impacting their lives, their family, helping them to get education and needed food and whatnot. So, I can have a cup of coffee here for $5 or $6, or I can put it toward, a whole family in Indonesia or in Africa. So that's what I would rather do.
Wow. And you and what they say, if you truly want to help people, right, you help people by teaching how to fish, rather than by giving them to fish. So
that's right.
We are not just helping money randomly.
No.
Right? You're giving the infrastructure.
That's right.
How do you change the future? Well, people says, well, if you cannot do big things, we can do small things right here, right now.
That's right.
Right. So last year you were one of the speakers at the World Harvest Gala, and I remember I was asking you a question like, not only you personally embracing this mission, but you as a corporate, as a company.
Right.
Let's talk about that. So how do you see from your business perspective?
Sure. When I came back, having sponsored a couple of children myself, I introduced one of the children to my company, and they all got involved. Now that they actually put money in monthly from their paycheck to support one of the children, and they get the information, they get the cards back from the kid, they get the pictures, they get to write and send gifts back to the children at Christmas and birthdays. So it is extended beyond just me, but it's really touching the lives of my staff, which is terrific.
That's awesome. So think about it. A wise person once told me the size of the hole that you receive through is proportional to the size of the hole that you give through. You are teaching, so when people work in your company, it's not you're teaching people to be how do you have a generous heart?
That's right.
How do you have the heart to serve your customers, right? In your business, you are serving the customers. How can you teach the people, your team members, the people in your team, to have the heart to serve if they are selfish?
That's right. No,
right?
It definitely is an extension of generosity, which impacts their ability to serve. So they makes them better staff members, and it makes the whole community of work much more effective, I think.
Yeah, so I want to send an invitation not this Thursday, but on Thursday, November 20th. November 16th. So on November 16th, I want to do something special for all my, because in our company, we have a lot of small businesses, clients, and stuff like that. If you just comment below, I'm going to sponsor a table for you, right? But you just have to comment, right? This costs money. You cannot say yes and then you don't show up, and and I'm going to chase you on that. So all you need to do, comment below, right? I want you to send an invitation, give a backstage tour of what is World Harvest. Because I understand there's so many options today. We live in America, right? So there's Red Cross and what else, right? So as there were so many options to change, I want you to have a backstage tour about World Harvest. I want you to see as to what is it that we do. How can you personally, here in Monrovia, in San Gabriel, in Los Angeles, how can your business, or you as a person, how can you impact, how can you make a difference, and together we can make this world a better place?
That's right.
How can we do it? One child at a time.
One child at a time.
And it doesn't take genius. Everybody can make an impact, right? So it's amazing. So share a little story. This is my last question. When you visit Indonesia and Africa and you met with these kids one-on-one, like give me a backstory.
Well, the greatest story was when I went to Africa, and I took about a 3-hour drive to Kamuli, and when I got there into the village, very, very Africa, if you can imagine, and all of a sudden I go into this little home, and I meet my child Alvin. Alvin was 10 years old. His birthday was a month later, and he speaks English. But all of a sudden, all the neighborhood kids come around, and there's in the doorway of this little home, there are just all these faces of neighbors who want to know who the white guy is in the village. And we had just a great time of sharing. They made a little meal for me, and before I left, they wanted to give me something, and so they gave me a live rooster. Now, I wasn't able to take the rooster back with me, but that shares a little bit of how much gratitude they had for me for helping them. So again, we're not just helping one child. When you help one child, you're helping the community.
Yep, you are changing the community. And the cool thing, last 2 years ago when I went back to Indonesia, I visited one of the schools. We have 15 kids in that school, and it's so, you know, all these kids, like, it makes a big, like, for you, a cup of coffee. It's giving up a cup of coffee a day. It's like probably nothing, but it means the whole world. You are changing a family. But
that's right.
But the purpose of this video is not, we are not asking for a sponsor. I'm not asking for your money here. The reason is here is that I want to send an invitation for you to join me, my team, my WorldHarvest here to make an impact. Because at the end of the day, Ryan, I mean, when we die, right? When we die, when you and I die, we cannot take all this stuff. Your company, your business, your cars, nothing.
Nothing.
But what's left behind, your legacy, is the souls, the number of people that you impact while you live here on earth. Right? So, hey, join me on
November 16th, 6 p.m. at the Monrovia Courtyard Marriott for the WorldHarvest Banquet, Gala, and good food, video presentation. You'll be given the opportunity to consider sponsoring, but it sounds like it's being sponsored. Your attendance is being sponsored.
So if you comment below, just let me know how many seats.
I'll be there.
Just put how many seats, 1 + 1, and then it's I will put it up. I'll get a table ready for you.
Awesome. Hope to see you there.